It's time to review your guys' Legends hot takes. I've been seeing some YouTubers do this over the last few months, and over time I kept watching these videos and I thought it was really funny to listen to some of these, but then I kind of wanted to do my own version of these, or not own version, but I wanted to do my own hot takes review where I look at some things that you guys said and just, you know, give my take on it. Of course, nothing in this video is me saying anyone is objectively wrong. I'm not gonna, or well, depends on what people are saying, because there are some things that I would consider objectively incorrect, but for the most part, a lot of this is probably gonna be very opinionated, so I'm literally just gonna be giving my take. This is in no way, shape, or form trying to like insult or bash anybody else, unless your take is just hot garbage. I mean, then hold on, then there might be, you know, you never know. But I don't know what to expect. I've never done this before, so we're just gonna jump in. We're gonna see what people say, and then I'm gonna give my take and be like, well, you know, this is what I think. So let's go ahead and see what people said. So well, I don't know how many of this. I'll probably just scroll through and look for anything that catches my eye. I mean, the very first two things I see two Toshis. Toshi doesn't hate us. He just loves money a lot more than he loves us. Very true. Yeah. Money is the motivator. Hey, if you love the game, I'm just saying, the best way to show your support is by throwing a few bucks here and there. Like literally, well, I'm not saying spend money. I will never tell people to spend money on the game, but I'm saying if you're going to spend money, think of it as sometimes a way of showing like a tip to the devs. Being like, oh, well, this is really cool. You know, I appreciate this. It's something I do in a lot of games where if I, you know, sometimes I'll drop like, I know like in Honkai Star Rail, for example, sometimes I'll drop like $10 on the battle pass every so often, because I'm just like, you know, it's like a tip to the devs. That's pretty much the point. I'm not saying to do that. Let me just reiterate that. I'm just saying showing support by, you know, keeping their game alive is always, I don't think it's a bad thing, unless you're a whale and you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, you do you. But anyway, if Ultimate Gohan never existed, we will be at peace with Toshi at last. I have no idea what this means, but a lot of Gohans have been pretty broken, so I'm assuming you're Gohan. Jesus Christ, I don't know why they're giving Gohan such good treatment. Dude, Legends Limited Ultimate Gohan from the anniversary, which is I'm assuming is what you're talking about. His animations are dog water, and for some reason they made him one of the best units in the game, and it hurts me. I don't like using him because he's boring. Well, he's not actually boring to use. He's actually kind of fun, but his animations just suck, and it's crazy. I love games original Gogeta is needed. No. No. It'd be a really cool concept, but no, I don't think that'll ever happen, and I don't think it's needed. I think our fusions are plentiful. If Dokkan did it, that would be crazy, but I don't know if it would really fit in Legends, because they don't really do like... Well, I don't know, because I think, does Gogeta appear in Heroes? I don't know. I don't follow Heroes. If it appeared in Heroes, then maybe Dokkan would do it, but Legends probably wouldn't. We need an LF Pan. I disagree, but not because of, like, I'm not disagreeing because, like, Pan is strong. I'm saying because I just don't know if Pan deserves, like, her own Legends Limited. Like, I don't think Pan... Maybe the GT version might get an LF, but other than that, I mean, I don't think... like the Pan from Superhero does anything. Could you imagine her green card just like her screaming for help? Oh my god. I mean, that's basically what her current one is on the red Pan. But anyway, Ultra Gogeta 4 isn't that hard to counter. Some people just haven't adjusted to him yet. I would agree. Okay, let me I would agree with that. He's not that hard to counter because he definitely has some challenges, but he's not like, it's not Ultra Gogeta Blue, because Ultra Gogeta, I don't know if you guys remember, but Ultra Gogeta Blue came out, and for months, I think it was like 3 or 4 months, people were just complaining because no one knew how to stop him. Like it took people a long time to adapt, which makes sense. It was a brand new mechanic at the time, and a lot of people were caught off guard, and it was a problem. Ultra Gogeta 4 is kind of similar, where I think it definitely is going to take people some time to figure out how to counter him, but I think this is the more true part of this, is that some people just haven't adjusted to him. I don't think Ultra Gogeta 4 is like, I don't think it's difficult to stop him. I mean, it can be challenging sometimes, because if the player is good and uses him in the way that I think he should be used, which is you build up his gauge and then use it to either bail yourself out of like a really insane combo, or you save it for later to cover change against like a blue or ult or something, which a lot of people just waste his ult. They just stay at him. They just let it happen, which I think a lot of people don't value how much he actually heals and kind of just throw it to the ground. So I do think that he's not too hard to counter though. I think this is the part that is the deal breaker. Is I just think people are still taking time to figure out how to properly stop him. Also, the best way to one-shot him, I'm just saying, Legends Limited Gogeta Blue, one-shot him with the blue card. I mean, that is always on the table. I'm just saying. Also, when Ultra Gogeta 4 is last man standing, then I would say it's kind of hard to counter him because he one-shots all of your units. Also, not to mention his blue card gives him his advantage back pretty much infinitely. So if he's last man standing, I would actually say that he is kind of hard to counter because if he touches you ever, then you just die. But outside of that, yeah, I wouldn't say he's hard to counter. With a few adjustments, Assault Chain can be the best mechanic in the game. The concept of disallowing your opponents to counter your automatic attacks is overpowered, and honestly, the devs saved the meta by not making the ability too powerful. I would heavily agree with this. I am very happy they did not make Assault Chain, or I think they were experimenting with it, because even with this current Gogeta Blue, I think Assault Chain is still very strong. I mean, when he came out, a lot of people were saying LF Super Vegeta was better than him. I actually disagreed for a while on his release. I would say now I would be more inclined to agree because LF Super Vegeto's guaranteed Rising Rush is just so strong, especially when it comes to like whale versus whale, because Rush does so much damage and having a guaranteed kill is insane. But Assault Chain is also very strong. I don't think you should look past that. I mean, Assault Chain, it counters Ultra Gogeta 4, it counters Ultra Gohan. It probably is going to counter units in the future that have a similar mechanic to Ultra Gogeta 4, where they can bail themselves out of a mid combo. I mean, it also nullifies cover change. It nullifies, like, yeah, it is so strong. And I mean, imagine if they just had that off rip, by the way. Imagine if it was just a standalone Gogeta Blue and he just had Assault Chain. Like, I think he'd be number one in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I think if you had Assault Chain just from match start, they would probably be best unit in the game. I think better than Ultra Gogeta 4. That's my take, and that is a hot take. I don't think people will agree with me, but I don't expect people to agree with everything I'm saying. I just think that if Gogeta just started with Assault Chain and Goku and Vegeta, they would be number one in the game. It wouldn't be close. And so yeah, if they made it any better than it is now, I think it would be like too toxic for the game. So yes, I think this is very true. Assault Chain could have been a lot stronger, and so thankfully the devs held back, which is good. They always should be doing that with new mechanics. Like for example, the Boo Bros are a great example of this. They held back too much on the Boo Bros, but it's better to hold back and buff them later than it is to make them too strong off the start, because they're never going to nerf a unit. They're never ever going to do that. But if a unit is too weak, then you could maybe get a Go Frieza situation where they buff them. That's going to be very extreme. I don't expect that to probably ever happen again, except for maybe another anniversary. But it's easy to give them a plat, a few months down the line, like similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta when he got his plat, like I think like a few months after his release, maybe a few weeks actually. So my hot take is that if an OP unit isn't released, Toshi gets upset due to sales for CC dropping, and then he makes an OP Ultra drops. It watches the fluctuations of months. Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So, I mean, this isn't really a hot take. This is literally just business. That makes sense. I mean, if they don't make a good unit, then no one's gonna want to summon for them. But if they don't make a strong unit, but if they make a unit too strong, or how do I phrase this? If they don't make a unit strong enough, yes, it's gonna affect CC. If the unit is not cool, like for example, if we get Omega Shenron and he's not that strong, no one's gonna summon for him because not very many people like Omega Shenron as a character. Most people are here for Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, all these fusions, like even I said fusions, all these Saiyans. That's what people are mostly here for. I'm not saying nobody likes Omega. I'm just saying the majority of the player base would rather have a Goku. And let's say it is a Goku and he's weaker. Like, let's say Ultra Instinct Goku comes out. MUI. We'll say MUI on the 4th anniversary, right? Or no, yeah, 4th. So he comes out, right? Let's say he was weak, right? He comes out, he's number 10 in the game. Like, people are still going to summon for him because it's MUI. People love MUI. Now, if you flip-flop that, which this is actually Omega Shenron's case, I think he was anywhere from like top 10 to top 15 is where most people were placing him. No one really summoned for him. I mean, it's just like, there's just no reason to, because if he's not that strong, no one really cares for him. And especially considering he's not a character everyone likes, then yeah, it's going to affect CC. And then of course, if a unit is too strong, then yes, a counter sparking LF is always an option, because then people will summon for that because they want someone to fight the new best unit in the game. Usually when they do this, they have it pre-made. It's usually not I don't think it's a reactionary sort of thing. I think they expect a unit, if they expect a unit will be too strong, they will release some sort of counter to them shortly after. That way there's at least someone to keep them in check. God Goku over LFC Broly. I've been seeing so much talk about this recently because I guess Goresh must have made a tier list video or something, and a lot of people have been complaining that the community has switched up dramatically, which is funny, and I am not surprised if that's the case because Goresh is a very good player, by the way. He's extremely good. He's super knowledgeable. So I think whatever Goresh said is probably true, but what people don't realize, I think, is that he plays on Japan servers, and in Japan, they value survivability. They value units that can live longer. I mean, obviously damage still matters, but you would rather have longevity over someone that can one-shot, like for example LFZ Broly. God Goku in this case has a little bit more sustain than LFZ Broly. Sure, he doesn't one-shot people, but God Goku can survive a little bit longer. Unless he gets one-shot, from my experience, he is kind of squishy, but he has sustain. But it's funny, the reason why I'm mentioning Goresh is because everyone was like, oh, LFZ Broly is the best unit in the game, whatever. As soon as I found out about the Goresh video, or whatever Goresh said, this suddenly became something that I've been seeing a lot of. Like, a lot of people are actually saying God Goku is undervalued. And I'm like, nobody was saying that a month ago. Nobody was saying that 2 weeks ago, even. Nobody thought God Goku was good. Well, sorry, let me rephrase. Nobody thought God Goku was like best unit in the game. And for some reason now I'm seeing a lot of people that are suddenly giving him credit, which is like, it kind of is crazy how much sway Goresh has. But again, I think it is a little bit silly for a lot of NA players to be like, oh yeah, you know, LFZ Broly is trash compared to, you know, I don't know what examples were used specifically other than God Goku, but it's like, no, like LFZ Broly still does a crap ton of damage. Like, he's not bad at all. So why are people saying that he's terrible? He's not, right? It's two completely different servers, two completely different metas. The players play differently. In Japan, a lot of people play it's more passive. There's less aggressiveness. In NA, there's a ton. People play like crazy fast. So yeah. But I would disagree with this. I think LFZ Broly is much better than God Goku. Ultra Rathan is more toxic and annoying to fight than Ultra Gogeta 4. I would agree. Ultra Rathan has just too many toxic mechanics. Ultra Gogeta 4 stops your combo. Rathan punishes you for playing the game. Yeah. So yes, Rathan is annoying. If God Goku released in September 2023, he could have been the best character in the game. Oh yeah, for sure. He was definitely underpowered. He still is, despite, you know, the controversy around Goresh's tier list. Well, not even controversy. It's just like, it's just people switching up. I think if you do release God Goku a year ago, yeah, he's undisputed #1 in the game. Also, that would create a crazy amount of power creep. So because, yeah, well, not even, because yeah, God Goku would have been really good if he released 6 months ago. I also think his animations would have been really good a year ago. But now they kind of, at least to me, feel very underwhelming. So I would agree. Anyways, let's just let's scroll through here. Every single Gohan has a peak and become unusable in the next 3 updates. I would disagree with this because Ultra Gohan is still very usable. Legends Limited Ultimate Gohan, very usable. It's been 2 months since the anniversary, right? Let me, what day is it? Yeah, Monday, September 16th is the day that this is being recorded. Anniversary happened 3 months ago. Or I think that's when Gohan came out, roughly. And there's definitely been more than 3 updates, so I would disagree. But I mean, it's not far off. I mean, this is mostly what happens to a lot of units. They show up, are really strong, and then for the most part end up falling off. So yeah. I'm assuming this is UV. UVB is still cooking? Absolutely. He's going crazy. UVB is still really good, dude. I think he's probably still like, I would be willing to put him top 15. No, maybe top 20. I think top 15 might be too gracious. He's still really good though. I mean, keep in mind, I would say outside of the top 5, anybody below that, there's not that big of a gap between the characters. I think maybe top 3 have the biggest gap, but below that, like, Ultra Vegeta Blue is not far off. I mean, even this comment down here, UVB is still peak. Absolutely, I love UVB, bro. He is still awesome. If you have him, at least if you have him at any sort of red stars, he's still very viable. I mean, the guy, his counter is still one of the best mechanics in the entire game. Well, best mechanics in that it's strong, not necessarily that it's healthy. Mono Green movies kind of works because of Godku being the GOAT. And Dragon Fist damage, there's a lot of support, and the damage is crazy if you manage to get one-shot Ultra Gogeta 4. I would disagree with this because of Ultra Gogeta 4. He's just too strong of a purple. And you don't have a lot of type neutrality on that team. Dragon Fist gets it when he pops his main with a full gauge, or pops his ult with a full gauge. I think God Goku gets it for a brief moment when he fills up or when he uses his gauge. Although I think God Goku does have type neutral damage taken, I believe. I don't know how long, but I do believe he has that. But I would disagree because Ultra Gogeta 4 is just too strong. Maybe if you substituted one of the slot, like put like someone in the leader slot, like a yellow unit, or just anyone that's not green, I think mono green would still work. It just wouldn't really be mono green anymore. But yeah, I would disagree with this. Super Vegeta is not that bad. It's just that DBL gave us too much auto win characters to actually use one that could put us in disadvantage due to actually needing us to play. I would agree. A lot of Legends right now is auto winning. It's units that play the game for you. Ultra Gogeta 4, well no, Ultra Gogeta 4 doesn't really play the game for you. He just one-shots everybody. Ultra Gohan was one of those that played the game for you. Super 17 was one that played the game for you. I would honestly argue that Legends Limited Ultimate Gohan, no, he doesn't really play the game for you. You do have to do a little bit of work to get his combo. LF Super Vegito is one that plays the game for you, I would argue, just because of the fact that he just has a free rush. Like, that mechanic is so strong. But yes, there are a lot of auto win characters, and it sucks that path that Legends is taking. I would argue LFZ Broly is one of those that you don't really need investment because he just does a gajillion amount of damage. Like, he has crit, I'm pretty sure too. So Super Vegeta just, I don't know. They tried too hard to like backpedal with him. I don't know why. I love Super Vegeta would have been better if they had tuned him more for the current meta that he was releasing in, rather than what felt like a few months prior. And so I think if they gave him a plat in like the next few months, like maybe before Legends Festival, he'd actually probably be good. As long as they make it so that he doesn't have to. Well, it sucks because I don't even know. I don't even want to go into Super Vegeta because I don't even have him, so I haven't used him, so I don't even know. If LFGB didn't have that counter to counter gauges, he wouldn't be top 10. Well, I mean, yeah, that's not really a hot take. That's just true. I mean, straight up, that's just facts. Because the assault chain is what makes him good. If he didn't have assault chain, he would just be a stereotypical fusing Gogeta Blue. There would be nothing special about him. There's no such thing as skill. There's only character that takes less, but there's still no skill. It's all just predicting. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, a lot of Legends is rock paper scissors. No, let me rephrase. I think there's a decent bit of Legends that kind of revolves around just chance. There is definitely skill to it though. So let me, yeah, I would disagree. I think did I say I agreed at first? I need to reword that. I would disagree because I think there is skill, but I would agree in that there is a lot of predicting factored into the game. But yes, there is definitely skill involved. If UVB comes back to boost, he will be able to be as broken as he was when he first released. Oh, 100%. Dude, if he got featured, dude, UVB has probably the most modern kit out of everybody that has released so far. UVB still holds up. Like, his damage has taken a blow because that's just what happens. It's a gotcha. But dude, UVB is still really good. I love UVB, dude. And you cannot change my mind on that. He is so good. Let's go ahead and scroll down. I want to get some of these comments that are hiding. Oh, it's actually not that many left anyway. Ultra Gogeta 4 is mid. Yeah, that's not even a hot take. That's just wrong. Straight up. Delete this fucking game. Real. Honestly, yeah, honestly, real. I should pin that, honestly. But yeah, Ultra Gogeta 4 is not mid. Sorry. No, that's just wrong. Straight up. Ultimate Gohan is far more run than G4. I would agree. I don't think G4 is... Well, no, I don't want to say... Because G4 is annoying. I will say G4 is annoying, but he's not toxic, which is good. I would not say G4 is toxic, but... I don't know if Ultimate Gohan I would consider to be more annoying. But sure. Ultra Gohan is a way better last man standing unit than G4. I would disagree. And the reason why I would disagree with this is because Ultra Gohan, he only has so much he can do. He doesn't have type neutrality when he's last man standing unless he pops his ult, I believe. He does have his gauge, which is still strong, but he doesn't really get his vanish back that much. Like, I think it's all natural. Ultra Gogeta 4 has his gauge that is a lot easier to... Well, I don't say easier to use. When Ultra Gogeta 4 is last man standing, it's a lot easier to use, but Ultra Gogeta 4 just heals so much more than Ultra Gohan. Sure, Ultra Gohan does have the counter blue card, which is very strong. Ultra Gogeta 4 has a blue card that will replenish his vanish, which I think is very undervalued. I think a lot of people do not use that in arguments when deciding who's... Like, I don't see it a lot. I just see everyone talk about, oh, he has the hardest hitting ultimate in the game. Oh, his gauge is strong. Bro, his fucking blue card. his blue card, it's so easy to burn so many cards because of how much card draw he has. So it's so easy to get your Vanish back. And even if you don't get it all the way, usually you can get enough to where you just have to wait there for a second and then you have it back. So I think Ultra Gogeta 4 is arguably the best last man standing unit in the entire game. I don't know about best, but he's really good. Vegeta Blue is a better aging Ultra than Gogeta Blue. Yeah. I love Gogeta, but yes, I think Ultra Vegeta Blue is way better aging. I think he'll give you a lot more value. Like, you could summon for Ultra Vegeta Blue today and he would still give you value. That's how good he is. So Ultron is far more annoying than G4. Yeah, I think someone said that earlier. Yep, very true. Not really a hot take, but here I go. We don't need hype characters all the time. Well, this isn't, I mean, you are right, it's not a hot take. But they don't really release hype characters all the time. I don't know if you're saying this because you think they do, but I don't think they do anyway. I don't think we get that many hype characters like ever. Or I don't think we really get hype characters that much. Especially now during downtime. Like now they're giving Z Broly. Well, Z Broly is hype. I don't really care for Broly personally, but I know a lot of people do. So I guess he is hype. But like Omega Shenron, for example, he's not that hype. What is it? Who was before Broly? I'm forgetting. Or maybe it was Omega and then Broly. I don't remember. But like, for example, Goku and Piccolo came out. Well, I guess it's not that they're not hype, it's just that they came in sparking form. Garlic Jr. isn't a hype character, and by all means, he's really strong. So I do hope they actually continue with that path, though, where they release somewhat, where they get, during this downtime, they give free-to-play players a chance to save, because this is when you should be saving, by the way. If you're free to play, you should not be summoning, like, at all. Like, we're in a dead period and you should be using it. I think Turles is, I mean, by the time this is uploaded, I think whatever unit is coming out will have been revealed, but I'm pretty sure it's confirmed to be a Turles, and I'm gonna be honest, he's not hype. I don't think he's hype. So, you know, there's that. Every Gohan character needs to be toxic. At this point, you might as well. I mean, Gohan's on a year streak. Like, we had 2-year streak, actually. We have, well, you had the first Beast Gohan, who was crazy strong and unbelievably toxic. You then had Red Beast that followed afterwards, and then Ultra Gohan comes out. Wait, did Ultra Gohan come out earlier? No, yeah, Ultra Gohan came out after. Wait, did he? Why am I forgetting when Ultra Gohan came out? Wait, I'm actually like, I'm losing my mind. That's funny. But yes, you might as well just make every Gohan character toxic. I mean, yeah, just keep the train going. You might as well. But anyway, I think I went through a lot of these. I wouldn't really say some of these weren't really hot takes, just more comments, but yeah, I don't know. I had fun doing this. I'm glad I got to do it for the first time ever. If you guys like it, you know, you leave a comment. If you like hearing me yap for 20+ minutes, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Anyways, goodbye.